Welcome back. Lovely to have your company as always. It's time now to leave your cares and worries at home and head off on some sunshine adventures with Cruise1st. And this time, Virgin Voyages are taking us on escapes on their latest edition, Resilient Lady.
That's right, it's time to paint the town scarlet and head off for some fun in the sun. Now, we've got 3 fabulous offers, and of course with a Virgin Voyage you can take so much for granted as part of the price, like Wi-Fi, all the dining tips, fitness classes, soft drinks and water, and most of all, a fantastic time.
Absolutely. So let's get started. These are all for next year, so get the diary ready and let's start voyaging the Virgin way. We're off to the Caribbean first on Resilient Lady for sun-drenched fun to start the new year. So on the 8th of January, what a great time to go to the airport and fly off. Perfect. Even better, flying off to Puerto Rico in San Juan, the capital. We're staying there for a 3-night hotel stay before we cruise. How phenomenal.
Fantastic. I mean, you don't really matter what you're doing for New Year, do you? You're just like, can we get it out of the way so I can get myself to San Juan and start this holiday. What a lovely place. Obviously, you want to go and enjoy the beaches, but if you want to do something more a bit historic while you're there as well, the Old Town is well worth exploring. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's full of like colourful Spanish colonial buildings, cobblestone streets, historic forts. If you're into history, El Morro and San Cristobal forts have spectacular views of the city and the sea. But I think after the sort of hustle and bustle of Christmas and New Year, personally, if I got to San Juan, I'd be like, no, let me relax. Please let me enjoy this sunshine. Well, we don't see any of it here ever, do we?
Very, very, very true at that time of the year. And to be standing anywhere in the world at the start of January with a t-shirt on and shorts. Well, just think of it. Close your eyes and just have that thought for a moment, because you've got 3 nights in San Juan and then you've got your 10-night cruise, and we're all aboard Virgin Voyages on the latest of their ships, Resilient Lady, just launched last year. And get ready for fun, 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 adults only fun.
I have a friend who's just come back.
Oh, tell me.
Oh, he said it was amazing. It's all over his Instagram, all his pictures. But he's picky, and he's very lucky. He's been to some of the best hotels in the world. And I thought, what's he going to say when he comes back? It was his first cruise ever with any company.
Oh, really?
And what's he going to think of Virgin? He just said, incredible. Like you say, so much fun, so much to do. He went with like a group of friends, so they've all got different interests, which is wonderful. Like we always say, whether someone wants to be running, someone wants to be having cocktails, someone wants to be in the pool, whatever, you can all do your own thing, and he really, really liked that. But I think that Virgin, what they're doing, kind of their approach to the cruise market is different. I mean, all cruising's fun, but I don't know, Virgin have just made it.
Yeah, they've just turned a corner and just sent cruising off in a new and exciting direction. Every cruise line that comes along, because there's so many cruise lines out there, so many cruise ships out there, everyone needs to be distinctive and different. And I think, moreover, what Virgin have done more than anyone else, actually researching Virgin, because it's changed even since its launch back in 2020, is that they've kind of thrown away the rule book and they've made sure that literally around every turn and every corner is something different, and everything you need, you literally just reach out and it is there.
I mean, look at that, the red party, which will of course happen while you're there, the scarlet party. So make sure you pack something spectacular for that. And of course, because I know traditionally it's white parties, isn't it? So they're doing it their own way. But Virgin associated with entertainment, which means on board that is something they've really focused on. You have like world-class entertainers flying in and flying out to entertain you. Obviously, you've got your shows and stuff like that as well.
Well, even the venues, even the venues change configuration. So it's not like, you know, having one traditional theatre. Some of the venues for the entertainment, sometimes the entertainment will be in the middle, sometimes the seating will be, you know, set out in different ways. It's incredible. And the food options, I mean, we'll talk about them many times through the show because we'll come back on the ship. We're on this ship right the way through this show. So we'll come back and talk to you about the many and varied food options a little bit later. Remember now, here though, January in the Caribbean, we're leaving from San Juan
and arriving in Road Town in Tortola, which is in the British Virgin Islands. There's a great rum distillery there called Calwood. It's 200 years old. You can learn all about the rum making process. And of course, What do you want to do?
Taste
a bottle, or maybe take a bottle home. There you go, some belated Christmas presents. Next, it's on to Basseterre, which is on St Kitts and Nevis. Now, Frygate Bay is a gorgeous beach to head to if you just really want to appreciate that weather and soak up those turquoise waters. That's got the calmest waters on the island. It's Antigua next. Now, my favourite thing I did when I was there, headed to Shirley Heights. It's a partly restored fortification. You've got great views at the top there, but they have a steel band performing every day, which is just amazing. A day at sea and you'll arrive in Martinique. Here, why not enjoy some traditional Creole dishes, which are acras, that's cod fritters, boudin, which is blood sausage. I wonder if that's like black pudding kind of thing. Yeah, that's nice. As well, and lots of lovely seafood, of course. Barbados. There's 80 pristine beaches on Barbados. If you want to go jet skiing, I would do that at Mullins Beach. Paddleboarding, Pebble Beach is the place to go. Or maybe do some surfing. That's at Atlantic Shores. Castries in St Lucia. Now, when I was here, I took this amazing trip inland to the rainforest, which was so beautiful. But then when you got there, we went zip-lining through the rainforest. Absolutely incredible, very exhilarating as well. Kingstown on St Vincent next. Now, here you've got the Arawak rock carvings at Leu, showcasing prehistoric petroglyphs. Do you know what they are?
No.
They're pictures on rocks. You know, you've got hieroglyphics. These are called petroglyphics.
Oh, I see.
I know, did a bit of research. There you go.
The ancient newspaper.
Are you impressed with my research?
Very impressed.
Back into San Juan, where we'll fly you back to the UK. That's just a lovely, lovely New Year itinerary.
I think you've got your name on this. You've done lots of homework. You're like, I'm really interested. I need to know what there is to do in all of these places. I'm interested. I think the fact actually that you start off with a 3-night stay in San Juan is brilliant. Remember, our offer is your flight out to San Juan, your 3 nights in the hotel there, and you've got your 10-night cruise, of course, on Resilient Lady as well, which is brilliant. And of course, you're cruising around the Caribbean. I think I was right in thinking that there's only 1 sea day on there, so it's pretty much all ports, which is lovely. Now, we were talking about what's included on board a Virgin Voyage, and they're brilliant because all of your dining, 20 plus different venues, all included. Wi-Fi for you to browse, message, upload pictures from the Caribbean in early January. It's included. Fitness classes, things like that are included as well. Wellness, yoga, things like that. Your soft drinks, things like water, we take for granted. You just go around and fill your water bottle up around the ship. It's included in the price as well. All things that normally you'd be paying extra for, which is lovely. Now, you deposit today on this one, just £199 each. And to be honest, no amount is too much to be away in January, really, is it, if you think about it? Because you're going to the Caribbean, you're going to sunshine, you've got that light at the end of the tunnel, you can do Christmas and New Year, and then say, right, 8th of January, we're off to the airport, need a tan. 2199 per person. Deposit today, just £199 each. Now that's based on an inside or an insider, as Virgin call them. So let's see them upgrade to Sea View and Sea Terrace, which is your ocean view and your balcony. So ocean view is your sea view with Virgin, an extra £99. And balcony is your Sea Terrace with Virgin, where not only do you get a table and chairs, but you get a swinging red hammock as well, which is lovely. Why not? Why not? You're in the Caribbean, perfect place to be swinging on a hammock. And remember, that will be wonderful of an evening. If you're out on your balcony, swinging away on your hammock, you will absolutely love it. Now, VV172 is the TV reference. Call our team and quote that, 0800 953 4700, and you'll get all of the details. If you want longer in San Juan, by the way, or you want to go somewhere else on the way back from the Caribbean, maybe you wanted a few nights in Miami or something like that, on the way back from the Caribbean, we can certainly make that happen. Or Orlando, you could do the theme parks as well, couldn't you? Any excuse to eke out that holiday a little bit further.
When you're like, if you could do this and you could do this, he's thinking about himself. Now, if you need any help with a Virgin Voyage, just talk to the team free. We'll unlock the best deals for you. Right, let's get back on Resilient Lady now then, shall we? And this time we're off to the Greek Isles and Turkey. It's going to be the 27th of June next year, where we fly off Athens and start things with 2 nights in a hotel first.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. I know. Well, this is interesting. My daughter went away with some friends, another family, and it was all about Greek architecture and mythology and everything. And she said it was wonderful. And I said, you're into history. She said, yeah, but it's real history. It's relevant, and you can imagine how did they build all this? How did they do it? And it's that, I completely agree. I think you go to these places. Athens, it's one of the world's oldest cities. You know, it's got a recorded history spanning back 3,400 years. It's amazing. But like, it's so real. You've got the Acropolis, the Parthenon, and all the museums there with like artifacts from those times.
It's so dramatic, isn't it?
I don't know. There is something. Why don't we learn about this in school?
Well, do you know what the other appeal is? If you're going to it, it's abroad as well.
Yeah.
I think we're more interested when it's something that's abroad. Do you know what I mean? We're probably less interested on our own doorstep.
Yeah.
But this is in Greece.
Just look at it, absolutely beautiful. 2
Lovely.
nights in Athens before joining Resilient Lady. I mean, we've been talking about, how much activities and things are out. Let's talk about dining now. Because
let's talk about
there
food.
is so much.
Well, I'm going to cover the galley first, because the galley is like, this is like an amalgamation of lots and lots of different food stands. You're seeing them there, Bento Baby, and places like that.
Sorry, can I just ask a question then, to relate it to maybe other sort of cruise lines people have gone on? Is this like the buffet area?
Not really, no, because it's all like kind of upscale dining. If you think of restaurants like Jamie's Italian and Wagamama, places like that are a little bit more, you know, sitting at the bench, having the choice of everything. It's a little bit more relaxed, I would say, than a traditional restaurant. But it's certainly more than a buffet, because you're talking about having things like bento boxes there, which is really, really super nice, and lots of choices as well, lots of different choices from around the world. You've got, you know, Tap That, which is your teas and coffees. Obviously you've got the sweet side, which has great, you know, sweet options all the way through the day. You've got a burger bar there where the burgers are all, you know, made for you there and then. So it's a little bit more than just picking from the options that are there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot more is being sort of curated just for you. You know, sushi, changing through the day and things like that, which is wonderful. And then you have got and there's a noodle bar there, so you can see how varied that is. You know, I mean, that's difficult to do. But then you've got restaurants as well. Then you've got restaurants like Gunbae, which is the Korean barbecue, where you have the heated kind of grill in the centre of the table. And you sort of make your own concoction on that. Have you ever been to one of those? Like, I've been to a Mongolian barbecue, similar kind of thing, where you pick the meats and the veggies and whatever, and then you take them and cook them. Similar kind of thing. So it's all about social dining as well.
Well, there's the social club diner as well.
There is,
That sounds really good fun. So it's food, but it's all about playing games while you eat.
So you play Jenga in there, and you play board games in there. You kind of you have fun that's kind of without having your gadget in your hand, although Wi-Fi is included and you probably will still have your phone around, but it's about kind of engaging and being social with people as well.
Oh my gosh, we've barely touched on all the restaurants. I'm glad we are
all included as well.
All included, amazing. So you're leaving Athens, and your first port on this incredible trip is going to be Istanbul. You can visit the Hagia Sophia, which is an iconic Byzantine cathedral. You've got an overnight here, which is turned into an Ottoman mosque, and now it's a museum. It's just known for its massive dome, and then it's got absolutely beautiful, stunning mosaics. Very, very beautiful. A day at sea, and you'll arrive in Kusadasi. Now, Ephesus is the ancient city. It's one of the best preserved ancient cities in the world. It's known for its grand library of Celsus and the Temple of Artemis, which was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Mykonos is next in Greece, which is known for its cycladic architecture, which is whitewashed houses, aloes and chapels. But Mykonos, of like the Greek islands, is the more exclusive VIP one where all the celebrities go. So it's quite luxurious and upmarket when you're there as well. And then it's Rhodes, which is just steeped in history. It's got a gorgeous medieval old town. You've got lovely ruins there as well. But if you want maybe some beach days, beautiful, beautiful beaches. If you want to do history things, the Acropolis of Lindos is well worth a visit. Santorini is next. Now, one of its most distinctive features is those whitewashed, beautiful buildings with blue domed roofs as well. You've got lovely beaches here. It's volcanic sand, and there's a beach called the Red Beach. And honestly, the sand, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. Chania is next. It's got a beautiful Venetian harbour, which is lined with gorgeous, colourful buildings. You've got waterfront cafes and restaurants. Want to do something a little bit more historical? You've got the 16th century Venetian lighthouse there as well. Just beautiful. A day at sea, you're back into the port for Athens, and it's your flight home.
Yeah, very reluctantly. Do you know what? In all of these places, I mean, yes, go and dip into the culture and the history, but you might find that when you're on your Virgin voyage, just the kind of vibe on the ship and the fun you're having, if you then decide, actually, you know what, I'm going to give the history a miss, and you want to go for the snorkeling and the what's that thing where you're dragged along a great big inflatable banana and there's a big gang of you all do it together? You can do that kind of thing as well if you want to. These kind of adventures are all there for you. There are shore things on board, which are your shore excursions. So there'll be a team on board with lots of really, really vibrant activities for you to get involved with if you want to as well. And that's the great thing. If you want to, you can dip in and out of all of these things that are happening on this cruise as much as you like. So whole holiday, 13 nights. We're talking next July. So we're next June. So we're talking pretty much the start of what we laughingly call summer here in the UK. We fly out to Athens first for 2 nights in a hotel there, and then of course you'll cruise with Virgin on Resilient Lady for 11 nights around the Greek Isles and Turkey, including an overnight in Istanbul as well, which is great. So you get 2 full days and to see it at night as well, which will be amazing. Of course, we include the flight back to the UK. Cruise includes all of your dining, as I mentioned before, Wi-Fi, your tips are included, things like fitness classes. If you want to be up first thing in the morning doing your daily dozen, that's included as well. Soft drinks and so much more. Your price tag for this one as well is pretty awesome. Given the time of year, you would expect that price would be vastly, vastly different. But it really isn't. 2199. There are other dates on the offer as well from May through to September next year. Obviously price varies by date, so either look that up on our website or easier to just call us. If you're interested in this one, just call the team and say VV173 interests me. The number's 0800 953 4700. What about getting a hammock on this one then? Let's have a look at the upgrade prices going up to your Sea View and your Sea Terrace. They have a number of suites on board as well, including Rockstar suites. And if you go up to Rockstar status, then you have lots of extra benefits. In fact, you then have access to something called Richard's Rooftop, which is your very own exclusive place to hang out. It's a wonderful bar up there. Talking of drinks, by the way, you can, rather than buying a traditional drinks package with Virgin, you can buy something called a bar tab, where you basically put an amount of dollars, because you spend in dollars on the ship, behind the bar, and then you can spend that as you wanted to. So if you wanted to buy, you know, drinks for everyone that's in the bar at that moment, you can do it there and then.
Has that moment ever happened to you where you felt like you needed to buy everyone a drink?
Not often.
In the bar?
Well, I was once in the, I think it was the National Art Gallery in the cafe, and I once did clap my hands and shout champagne for everyone just as a waitress walked towards me. So I nearly did, but not deliberately. But luckily, yeah, that didn't have to happen, thankfully. But if you're feeling generous, you can do that. And I tell you what, you will absolutely love cruising with Virgin, because it's like doing anything with Virgin. I mean, think of Virgin Atlantic and the difference they've made to flights. Really, really vibrant, lovely service, and right the way across their brands, from music to trains to absolutely everything. There's so much variety on board with Virgin, and it's far from a traditional cruise as well. It's adults only, remember.
Of course, we haven't mentioned that.
Yeah. It's a grown-ups playground on board, so it's there just for you to have fun, and guess what, even more fun. Now, our final offer takes us to the Greek Isles and Turkey, but this time we're going to mix in Croatia and Montenegro as well. And we're heading off to Athens again on the 8th of July next year for a 2-night stay there to get things started, which is lovely. Oh, we've got some choices on our hands then, haven't we, in this time of the part of the world for this time of year?
I know. Well, exactly. Year. So we have talked about Athens, and we've talked about, you know, the Parthenon, the Acropolis. But, you know, you might just want to get there and actually just enjoy some sunshine. So that's absolutely fine.
And the food, of course.
Yeah, my brother went earlier this year and he was surprised at as well how reasonable it is. He was used to what we're paying. He said, oh my goodness, you could go out for dinner for 2 of you. Yeah. And the food is delicious. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But I do think when you're there, you need to go and see some of the museums and the history as well.
Oh, for sure.
It's got one of the most important archaeological museums in the world there. So, you know, soak it in. It's around every corner. You don't necessarily have to go to a museum. You're just walking down the street and you are seeing visions like this. It's just incredible at every turn.
Yeah.
You really, really will have the most incredible. And it's just lovely before you're joining your cruise to have this opportunity to soak in Athens. So like we say, now it's time to join Virgin Voyages and hop on board the gorgeous Resilient Lady and have so much fun.
Can I just tell you the name of the ice cream stand, because it did make me smile, and I'm sure it was done, you know, very tongue-in-cheek for this kind of reaction. It's called Lick Me Till Ice Cream. I just thought that was brilliant. Anyway, let's move on to other places, shall we? Like the Loose Cannon, maybe. I think that's who I am. I'm the Loose Cannon of Cruise1st. Wonderful, great bar. It's got booths in there. It's got a lovely high-top bar there. They do games in there and trivia. There's so much fun. There's actually a lot of shopping there, which I'm surprised you haven't noticed and picked up on yet. You've got Eyes and Shine, which is the sunglasses shop. You've got Booty Free.
I love it. I mean, there's been like this fantastic brainstorm where people have had such a giggle, haven't they?
Yeah,
up with
absolutely.
Ideas.
Lick me till ice cream.
Stop it.
It's where I can say that all show. They've got the logo shop in there as well, where you can buy all your Virgin merch.
Ah, of course.
Which is good. Get the caps and T-shirts and stuff in there. You've got Stubble and Groom in there, so the boys aren't left out. There's a gents barber where you can get a facial or a shave.
There's a blow-dry bar as well. For the
dry dock.
With a bit of a booth.
Dry dock. I'm sending Polly into dry dock. That's brilliant for a blow dry. There's all sorts in there. There's one called Tokens and Icons as well, which is a bit of a collector's paradise. They get sporting memorabilia. And they make memorabilia out of sporting icons.
That
and items. It's
good.
very, very good.
I think another thing about Virgin as well, though, because it's very trendy, isn't it? Wellness now, and being healthy and going to the gym. And you don't have to do all the activities that there are on board, but there's lots going on. There's a boxing ring, isn't there?
Yes, yeah. And like an outdoor, I imagine it's a bit like South Beach in Miami, where they have like the poles and things that you can hang on outside. They have the same kind of thing. It's called training camp on the outside of the ship.
Kettlebells, medicine balls, running machines. Well, you can do what I did when I was in Miami. Just get your picture at the gym outside. You don't have to do it, but you just get the photo, move on.
I'll have a picture and then move on. You have got a full Medi Spa on there as well, where you can treat yourself to wraps, massages, and other treatments as well. You'll love it. And yes, like you say, full gym, but there's also a lovely steam room in there, sauna. There's a salt room in there, hot tubs. I'd be straight in the hot tub. Lovely.
Sounds wonderful. So cruising into Santorini, which we mentioned it, didn't we, on the last itinerary? It's very, very beautiful. And I've got to say, it's just like being on a film set because it's so perfect and beautiful. And I think I've said it before. You know, when you watch the Mamma Mia film, it is just like that. So beautiful. It's Turkey next, Bodrum. Now you have here, if you want to do some history, the ancient theatre of Bodrum. Now you've got fantastic, well-preserved ruins there of the ancient Greek theatre, which dates back to the 4th century BC. We're on to Mykonos next, where you have an overnight on board in port. Lovely. And I always say, so nice to see somewhere by day and by night.
Definitely.
Because places change so much. The beaches on Mykonos are amazing. You've got Paradise Beach and Super Paradise Beach. I mean, they weren't very imaginative with their naming, weren't they? But they're so lovely. They're very famous, known for golden sands, clear waters, quite lively beach bars as well if you want a bit of a party. A day at sea and you'll arrive in Dubrovnik, Croatia. Now, are you a Game of Thrones fan? Because this city was a major filming location.
Or watching that new dragon thing, that's like the prequel to...
Yes, and it has King's Landing in it. That was filmed here.
Yeah, I saw some of it.
Fantastic watching too. Kotor in Montenegro next. The Cathedral of St. Tryphon was built in 1166. It's amazing. I mean, the city itself is a UNESCO World Heritage Treasure, so just beautiful and so much history. Corfu is next. Beautiful beaches if you do want to relax, but if you want to do something, according to myth, Pisidian honeymooned here. So there's lots of history about that as well. But it's got lovely cobblestone streets of the old town as well. And of course, soaking up sun as you do it. A day at sea, cruising back to the port for Athens. And I'm sorry, but it's time to go home.
I know. You'd have had lots of ice cream while you've been on board. Because you'll just go back. You just go back again and again and
Go
again.
On, you can say it one more time.
No, I'm not saying it.
What's it called?
No, because it feels naughty if I say it now again. Lick me till ice cream. Anyway, right. This is your itinerary for this fabulous holiday for next July, when it's laughably going to be summer here. Probably not. Good opportunity to get away and explore this part of the world. It is lovely. So you fly off to Athens in our package here for a 2-night hotel stay, and then you join Resilient Lady in Piraeus, which is the port in Athens, for 10 nights of cruising Greece, Turkey, Croatia and Montenegro, with overnight in Mykonos as well. Of course, your dining included, Wi-Fi, gratuity, fitness classes, so much more. Oh, and Jenga. And probably some ice cream included as well. Yes, it is included. Of course, yeah, you can go there and there is included ice cream. Lovely. Anyway, here is your price tag for an inside on this. And you know what? We're talking the same price as our offer in June, which is amazing. Now, the package runs on other dates from May through to September, but this is the price here for this date in early July. If you want the prices for other dates, you can search for them on our website, or just talk to the team on 0800 953 4700 and we'll be more than happy to go through the dates and winkle out the bargains for you. Here's the details if you want to upgrade on this one then from your Insider. And the Insiders are absolutely brilliant, by the way. Everything's where you want it. All the chargers and the plugs and this, that and the other is all where you want it to be. Plenty of wardrobe space, really intuitive lighting inside the cabins. And of course, if you want to upgrade to a sea view, you get a real generous view of the sea as well. It's not tiny and inhibited. They're quite big actually. And then you've got the sea terrace, which is their balcony, which has the swinging hammock out on the balcony, which is lovely. You can swing away with your ice cream in hand and try and keep everything where it needs to be. Then you can go up to a suite if you fancy. Suites are amazing, and you can go up anything to like a ridiculous rock star suite with a great baby grand piano in it that you can dance on and all sorts. I mean, the options are unlimited, let me tell you. They're really good. So if you're interested in this, call us right now. And all of the Virgin ships, by the way, and all of the itineraries, they're all available to book from us here at Cruise1st. And listen, you should be booking with us, because the more you do book with us, the better deals we can do in the future. That's just one very good reason.
With over 20 years of travel experience, when booking with Cruise1st, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and Atoll Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is safe with us. We've been on your TV screens for over a decade, and we guarantee the best cruise prices. If you find one of our offers cheaper elsewhere on TV, then we'll match or beat that price. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday with many of our deals. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until your due date to pay your balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 6,000 independent reviews, so you can be fully confident when booking your next holiday with Cruise1st.
Yeah, and do it with Virgin, why not? I mean, it is just fun all the way. And I'm so sorry, we had 3 chances to go through the ship there, and we really have just literally scratched the surface. There is so much. You know, we don't want to spoil every surprise, because there are lots of things that happen spontaneously. You know, there are great activities for you to be involved with if you want to. It's a great party. It's a great place to relax. Think of, I kind of, and I've never done an Ibiza beach club, but I kind of equate it to that kind of feel, the way it's being pitched.
It's just amazing. I think we've sort of covered 3 incredible itineraries in this show, with all, like we've said, those amazing destinations, but you might find yourself not wanting to get off the ship, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
You can just pretend
Still
it's a sea day and just soak it all in, because there is bags of things to do. You will have the best holiday ever. We guarantee it.
Absolutely. Talk to our team, 0800 953 4700, and stick around. We'll be back with more very soon.
Bye-bye.